look here, I have Grant Campbell, raw Aussie athlete.
Oh my gosh, it's Melissa.
Yes!
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Are you having fun here at the pre-Canada Fruit Fest?
It's so amazing here. It's just beautiful, magnificent. The water's so fresh and warm and the sun is shining.
Oh,
Fruit's amazing.
Fruit's amazing.
Hope to see you at the festival.
So I have a question for you. What do you feel has been the best thing that has kept you raw long term?
Long term, definitely love. Self-love would be the main one, but yeah, just like receiving love from other people and just opening myself up to love. That's been huge, because if you don't have self-love, I kind of wouldn't have valued myself enough to always want to feel my best in every moment of every day, to make the right choices and you know, to be willing to always eat food that nurtures me, that food that I don't have to recover from. There's a lot of things that short-term help me to stay raw, like eating enough fruit, always having fruit around, connecting with community, all these sort of things. But alone, those weren't really enough for me to stay raw all the time. Every now and then I'd find, you know, while I still was working in a career that was unfulfilling, or in relationships that were not so great, that weren't really fulfilling, that whatever I was doing things in my life that weren't nurturing, then it wasn't enough to stay raw. But once I had self-love and started doing things for myself and seeking the things that I valued and not just sacrificing myself for everything else in the world, and not meeting my own needs, like once I realized meeting my own needs was really important, life became beautiful, and it was so easy to stay raw, because I always want to be my best in every moment. I always want to be race ready to start an ultra marathon in any moment of any day, and just be up for fun and to connect with people and live and love my life in every moment.
I would say, besides all the all the benefits you get, like the small things here and there, like what keeps you long term staying, like energy wise and all that, I would say my biggest one is my relationship with food.
Oh.
Yeah, because I feel like when I eat cooked food, it controls me in a way. I think about food all the time, and I'm like always controlled by the cooked food, whereas my relationship with fruit is so simple. It's like I eat when I feel like eating, and it's not controlling me. I'm not overeating, and I just have this nice simple relationship with food that I'm so appreciating.
For me, I think the community aspect is the biggest factor that helped me to stay raw, because when I found a community going to Woodstock Fruit Festival, I was so inspired by all the people that were doing what I was doing on my own, and it made me stay raw and stay inspired and connect with them and stay motivated.
Yeah.
And now it's been a year fully raw, and I can do it forever.
Yeah, it's so nice to have that community.
Oh yeah.
And I highly recommend you guys come to like the Canada Fruit Fest, the UK Fruit Fest, Woodstock, any fruit festival, to connect with like minds, because you just get this like feeling that you can do it because other people are doing it and you're not alone.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just get new friends.
Oh yeah. I highly recommend it. It's gonna change your life forever.
Aw.
I promise.
I think, first of all, I have to come back and think about the benefits. And the number one benefit that I get from my raw diet and this kind of lifestyle is that I get more clarity. And because my purpose is to grow and contribute as much as possible, in order to do that, I have to take care of myself.
Yes.
And in order to take care of myself, I have to eat right, exercise, meditate, and all this stuff. The diet is a huge part, and it's something that I focused most of my also professional journey. And raw really helped me get back into self-love in order to contribute. Otherwise, it's impossible.
Yeah.
So if I want to look at the mirror and say, you are honoring your higher self, I have to make sure I'm on the best diet I can possibly be.
And I got Ronnie here. He is the founder of the UK Fruit Fest and co-founder of the Canada Fruit Fest. So awesome. Thank you, Ronnie.
Thank you. Thank you, Melissa, for being here.
And I wanted to ask you, what do you feel is the best thing that has kept you raw long term?
Well, I think practically it's eating enough fruit has kept me raw in terms of like just the practical aspect of doing it. You need to be able to eat enough fruit and have enough fruit to satisfy your need for calories and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of actually the mindset and things like that, it's probably just really embracing the lifestyle, embracing the information, and kind of realizing that once I really fully understood it and I was around other people and I really took in the information and learned from people that had done it long term, I just couldn't find I couldn't justify not eating raw anymore. I couldn't justify it to myself, and if I was honest with myself, I knew that it never felt as good eating cooked food as eating raw. And on top of that, the amazing community that I've met and that I'm part of. Obviously, when you're running a festival as well, you kind of have to be an example to others, so that kind of forces you as well. And when you change your mindset to it's not just about you, it's about helping others as well. That's another thing. So that's a lot of things, sorry, but
That's okay. No, that's awesome. Thank you, Ronnie, for
Thank
everything you do for the community.
thank you, thanks so much.
Well, I think mindset has a big play in my keeping raw. You know, making sure that I know that what I'm doing is healthy for my body, seeing that I was diagnosed with cancer twice, and I want to stay on that path. I want to stay healthy. So I have that mindset that that's what I need to do for myself.
So mindset, keeping positive, knowing your reasons why, and staying true to the path.
Yep, exactly.
Thanks, Mama.
So like I was telling her a little bit ago, I've eaten a fruit-based diet for a long time. I've gone multi-year stretches, 100% raw, and I've loved those stretches. Right now, for me, I'm eating high raw, fruit-based, but the number one thing is the quality of the fruit. Knowing when things are ripe, knowing when things are in season, it's vital. I mean, you don't want to be buying melons in December when you're living in the Midwest, or trying to buy mangoes, you know, in December either. And the contrary is true. So knowing the seasons is important, knowing how to get quality fruit, because nothing tastes better than high quality fruit when it's on point. Nothing's better.
Awesome. Well,
So there's
thanks for
nothing
your
else you'd
input.
want to eat.
Yeah,
So-
ripe fruit. Thank you very much.
Yes, no problem. Thank you.
Dr. Sam's in the house, and I want to know, what do you feel has been the best thing for you for staying raw long term?
Well, one, deciding how good I want to feel each day. That's pretty much the question I ask myself every day. How good do you want to feel, and what are you willing to do to feel that way?
Yeah.
That, and just making it very convenient.
Convenient.
Convenience is everything.
Making sure you have ripe fruit, making sure you plan your day, you know, what you're going to eat and all of that. Yep.
The thing that's kept me raw long term, on a personal level, like just for me, it's been my moods. My moods are so consistent, my moods are so level. I don't have these big dips, I don't have these like crazy frenzy highs, I don't have these moments of like crazy anxiety. I just know everything's gonna be okay. I don't know why fruit makes us feel that way, but anyone I know who's on a raw vegan diet, their mood is just so much more stable. That's the intrinsic reason within. My mood's great, but then on the external, it's just the friends, the community. Without the community, I wouldn't be doing this. There's no way I'd have the constant inspiration, the role models, the example setting I have. I look around, I see Melissa eating tomatoes and lettuce, I'm like, I want some of that. I see Grant eating the bananas, I'm like, I want some of that. So the external stimuli, like the example setting I have, the community is so important to keep me raw.
This is Justin, and he really likes my book.
I love it. I brought it here to the Fruit Festival just so that Melissa could sign it.
That's so awesome.
Totally.
Thank you.
What keeps me raw long term would have to be the internet. The resources within the internet, your YouTube page, other YouTube pages, Facebook, Instagram, just for like the constant fire of inspiration, you know, new twists, and with that interweaves the community.
Yeah, community is a big one. Lots of people saying community.
Yeah. Just because in the world, when you're going through your daily life, you lose track of the target, especially when there's so much other distractions coming into play. So it's good to tap back into this community and to walk away after 4 days feeling ready to take on the world.
This is my lovely, amazing friend, Nicole. She is so glamorous and lovely.
What keeps me real long term is the energy I get. I've got 3 kids that I need to run after all day, and they keep me busy, and the raw food keeps me hopping too. Yes. Plus the weight loss.
Yeah.
Weight loss is a big one. Yes. Lost 110 pounds with the raw food. Yes.
Awesome.
So I still got like some more to go, but we'll get there eventually. That was, yeah, definitely.
Thank you. So proud.
And you being my most beautiful friend. Such an inspiration. I love it. I started out just getting her book signed too. That's how our friendship started.
Yes.
Yes, I went to go see her, get her book signed, and then we just started chatting.
Yeah.
And she's like, let's go have lunch. Okay. And now?
Yes.
Peaceful Steve with 2 A's.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me, what is the best thing that keeps you raw long term?
It is the energy for sure, plus also trying to inspire others as well with my weight loss journey and trying to, get other people onto the raw lifestyle as well.
Yeah.
So since I put myself out there, it's like I put myself, in the spotlight kind of thing. So it's like I'm not gonna go against that, and yeah, it's just
Being an example.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good motivation.
I think what kept me raw long term is actually just because I got sick and almost lost my life when I was younger. So that's really led me to stay raw, because it's like if you eat raw, then you're gonna live, and if you eat cooked food, hey, you know what happens to cooked food? It's dead.
Yeah, and you don't want to risk that.
I don't want to risk getting sick or anything, and I want to have the highest level of health, and it just feels so good being raw and eating raw, and I love eating the way I do and growing food and juicing it and doing everything I do. I just feel great.
Yeah, so I think community has been the main thing that's kept me raw, and also the main thing around community is eating meals with people. So I just love sharing meals with people and making food to eat together. So
Aw, thank you, darling.
you're welcome. So nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you too.
All right, ready?
It's you, me, and Dr. Sam.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam, how you doing, man? You can answer. Go ahead, you answer. What's the question?
Well, ask your question.
Just answer. They're all the same questions.
Get to bed on time.
Just answer the question. I don't know the question.
Eat raw and living foods, plant-based. Breathe consciously and deeply. Plenty of fresh air, sunshine. Move every day your body in a way that is corrective and not destructive. Cultivate loving relationships in your life.
The question was, what kind of car do you drive? Peace! Tire talk is good.
So I'm here with the one and only Doug Graham. And yes, bless you. I would like to know, and I'm sure everyone else would like to know, what do you feel has been the best thing for you to keep you raw long term?
Stay raw long term was really easy for me because eating cooked food didn't work. It took me a few tries to learn that lesson, but over and over and over and over and over and over and over, only for about 17 years. Eventually I learned that cooked food didn't work and raw was the only option because cooked food didn't work. Eventually I studied the science about why cooked food doesn't work, and that made it even more motivating for me to stay raw. But not only was it negative feedback, negative motivation that cooked doesn't work, but when I'm raw, I'm thinking clearly. When I'm raw, I feel more energetic. When I'm raw, I sleep 25% less and have the same enthusiasm. When I'm raw, I learn far more easily and quickly and retain far better and recall more. When I'm raw, everything works right, and when I'm eating cooked food, things don't work right. So it just got easier and easier and easier to stay all raw for me.
Thank you very much for sharing. And thank you for all you do for everybody.
Well, just knowing that it's helping me heal and knowing that it's helping me get to my goals. Like I want to fix all of the problems I have. Like I have inflammation problems and gut issues, and it's really the only thing that I've found actually helps me get where I want to be. So that's my motivation, you know, whenever I have troubles or, you know, or cravings for other food.
Yeah, cravings.
That's what I have to
So,
remember.
yeah, you go through your reasons, tell yourself why you're doing it.
Absolutely.
And keep going.
Yeah.
I have the love of my life right here. We are eating papayas.
Look at this papaya, you guys. These are amazing.
Amazing papayas.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious. Delicious. So, I'm gonna add your 2 cents to this video.
Okay. What's the 2 cents you need?
Love. What do you feel has been the best thing that's kept you raw long term?
Your French dressing. Pretty much. Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, and keeping it simple. And just keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple.
Like you know, like having like a couple of like, you know, nice kind of you know, gourmet meals. But for me, I think just keeping it simple. Salad and the French dressing, melons, banana ice cream, mono meals of melon, you know, is really, it's just so easy. But I think I really have to just say the love for myself.
Ooh,
you know?
That's a good answer.
I mean, because, I mean, that's it. It's just so simple. Like, do you really love yourself? If you love yourself, you're not going to put things in yourself that are damaging yourself.
Yeah, your self-love.
And the thoughts, you know, are huge too. So I think, just staying positive, keeping it simple, loving yourself. Those are the things that have kept me raw.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, sure.
And we have Joao here.
Yeah.
And he works with Anonymous for the Voiceless.
I do.
In Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Super awesome. I wanted to ask you, what do you feel has been the best thing keeping you raw, vegan, long term?
All right. Actually, the food itself.
So true. So true.
Yeah. It's just the main motivation is that feeling for the first time the amount of energy and clarity and surplus of energy, giving the will to give more to others and to myself, just because of the food. It's outstanding. I started feeling it when I transitioned to vegan, just normal vegan, and that feeling was even more enhanced by becoming fully raw. So I have no doubts. It's my inner compass is like going that direction, and there's nothing else.
That's awesome. Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Totally
You're welcome.
raw all the way.
Totally raw all the way.
I feel really motivated just to continue healing and strip away any like blockages or distractions, and like I feel like cooked food suppresses a lot of the true me, and I find when I'm raw a lot comes up for me and I discover more about myself. And it's really beautiful. I've learned so much about myself from being raw and like learn more about what I want, and I'm also just really excited to heal like really deeply physically, like my organs and my cells, and like really get deep, not just like look good on the outside and have clear skin and a nice body. Like I really want to heal inside and heal like emotionally and spiritually and mentally as well, and I think being raw helps with all of that.
So we're here in New York City, we're here at the Fruit Luck after Woodstock, and this is Howard. He was at Woodstock with us. You know, we're connecting with awesome folks, and I was wondering, what is the best thing that for you that keeps you raw long term?
The next 24 hours of feeling.
The next 24 hours. That's epic.
How I feel over the next day. It's not the same day necessarily, and it's certainly not as much during the meal because cooked food is very enticing.
Yes.
Honestly.
That's so true.
But it's not the food, it's the feeling. It's not the flavor, it's the feeling, and how I feel the next 24 hours consistently. It's great to have a lever on how my mood's going to be.
Like an elevator, you were mentioning.
Like an elevator,
yes.
I realized that I'd been living on the 3rd or 4th floor. And when I really changed my diet consistently, it was the food I liked the least. It brought me up to the 10th floor in terms of how I felt day to day and consistently. The consistent feeling in my life. That's why I'm here.
Keeps you raw.
Well, I've already experienced a halt in all growth of tumors and cysts in my body. And so my goal is a year from now to come to Woodstock and say that I'm totally tumor free. But right now everything is benign, so that's a huge motivator for me. I know a lot of people that have had amazing health results. And also mentally.
Yeah,
I feel amazing. Depression and anxiety fade away when you're eating high fruit.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Thank you so much.
Being lazy. Honestly, this summer, I just didn't feel like making any food, and it was just easier. So, you know, at dinner at night, I had banana and ice cream most nights.
Yeah.
And just keeping it very simple. If I have to think too much, it just doesn't, you know, it doesn't work for me. But if I keep it to my certain bananas, banana and ice cream, mangoes, real simple, it works.
Easy to stick to it.
Yeah.
Easy. I am here with
Adriana.
And I'm Luann. Yes, and I just wanted to ask you guys, what do you feel has been best for you to stay raw long term?
Well, for me, just the mindset. I have to get my mindset and it just focus on just staying raw and
daily meditation.
Meditation helps keep my mind clear and helps me focus on just keeping that up front.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for you?
And for me, I have, you know, the need for a goal. I believe that if you do have a goal, and usually, you know, the best goal is to just stay healthy, or to, you know, clear out things that you have, your problems that you have, and I think that would be a good reason to just stay raw.
Yeah,
which is exactly not easy.
Not
but
easy.
It's for us.
It's for us. It is. And the animals.
And the animals. Yes.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you.